The She-Hulk era of the Marvel Cinematic Universe has begun. Tatiana Maslany brings to life one of the most beloved Marvel Comics characters of all time in Jennifer Walters. The reviews are in, and anyone who has seen the series is praising the world-building value of Marvel Studios' 7th live-action Disney Plus series. She-Hulk, attorney at law, brings the litigation of superpowered beings to the forefront. With that comes a wide variety of ways to expand the MCU with fun visual and verbal references. One episode in, and those opportunities are not being squandered. Here is a list of every Marvel Easter egg and hidden details in the season premiere of She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. Showed in a promotional clip, Jen Walters and her cousin Bruce Banner discuss what most people discuss with an Avenger, Captain America. The Earth's mightiest heroes are essentially celebrity public figures in the MCU, leading to massive attention on their personal lives. Jen develops a theory that, since Steve Rogers was thrust into action immediately after being transformed in Captain America, he never would have had a chance to lose his virginity. Since Rogers is famously known for his unhealthy work ethic and busy work schedule, Jen sadly assumes that may not have changed before his time was up. Remember, while unconfirmed, the public is under the impression Steve Rogers died on the battlefield of Avengers: Endgame. The Captain America virginity theory is paid off in episode 1's post-credits scene when Jen cannot get over the tragedy of Steve Rogers dying a virgin. Jen is mostly upset that someone with such a Chris Evans-esque physique never got a chance to use it. Specifically, she points out that America's ass deserved better, a reference to the running joke of Steve Rogers' rear end in Avengers: Endgame. While Jen continues to struggle with this idea, Bruce Banner reassures her that Steve was able to lose his virginity to a woman he met on a USO tour in 1943. This is undoubtedly set within the USO montage from Captain America: The First Avenger. While there is no definitive way to prove it, this could be a hint toward a glamour shot of actress Laura Haddock during that montage. Haddock went on to play the mother of Peter Quill, Meredith. One of yesteryear's more popular fan theories is that Steve Rogers could have been a distant relative of Peter Quill. And while James Gunn has debunked that rumor, this would have been fun fuel for that fire. Mark Ruffalo returns as Bruce Banner for the first time since his cameo appearance in the post-credit scene of Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. In that scene, Bruce is seen back in human form after being Smart Hulk for the entirety of Avengers: Endgame. However, he remained in the sling catering to his arm after the snap that brought everyone back. That same sling is in She-Hulk Episode 1, along with a device on his wrist that was revealed to be a regulator to prevent any spontaneous hulking. With the introduction of a new Hulk in the MCU, fans are treated to Bruce Banner being able to reflect on his superhero career. Explaining to his cousin the ins and outs of being a Hulk, Banner reflects on the many ways he was provoked into his monstrous green state and the few ways he was able to be brought back. The most popular was the famous lullaby from Avengers: Age of Ultron. Natasha calmed Hulk down and brought him back to peace by telling him the sun is getting real low. This was a tactic attempted again by Thor in Thor: Ragnarok without success. Bruce also mentions other ways that he previously snapped out of his Hulk state, saying, "Usually I fall out of a jet or I get knocked out by a robot and wake up as Banner." The mention of a robot could be a cheeky reference to Ultron, but is most likely a wink and a nod to when the Hulkbuster knocked him out. Speaking of Ragnarok, Bruce also explained that he was once trapped as Hulk for 2 straight years while being a fighting champion on Sakaar. This is the greatest warning he can give his new cousin as a new Hulk. This was when Bruce realized that Hulk was just as much in control as Bruce and began his journey toward bringing the brain and the brawn together. While on Sakaar, Hulk was made into a champion and fan favorite amongst the people. It seems like that may not have been the end of Banner's relationship with Sakaar. While they are driving, Bruce and Jen are stopped and flipped by a Sakaran spaceship, much like the one the Grandmaster uses for parties and orgies and stuff. Bruce equates this running into Sakaar as them trying to get a message to Hulk and something he needs to check in on later. No one knows how much contact Hulk has had with the people from Sakaar since Ragnarok, but the 5-year gap of the blip allows for anything to be possible. Who knows how far Bruce and the Avengers searched for a solution? During the blip, Bruce says he spent 18 months in the Gamma Lab bringing the brain and brawn together. That lab is shown in She-Hulk Episode 1 on a remote private island. It is revealed that this lab, and the tiki bar that comes along with it, was built with the help of fellow science bro Tony Stark. This means there is plenty of Stark Industries technology across the island, as can be seen by the blades used to test Jen's control, which feature the company's logo. Bruce seems to have difficulty talking about Tony, showing that he, much like everyone watching, misses the legendary Robert Downey Jr. character. Shown in the lodge portion of the lab is a place that Bruce has seemingly decorated with trinkets from his past. The most prominent of which is a mask of an Iron Legion robot featured in Avengers: Age of Ultron. Before being blasted into space, Age of Ultron showed Bruce Banner as an incredibly active and invaluable member of the Avengers, helping Tony find the best scientific way to complete the mission. It is likely that Bruce helped Tony put together the Iron Legion and all of the other safety protocols shown in Avengers 2. Also seen in Hulk's cabana is another helmet, but this one belongs to Banner. The gladiator helmet seen in Thor: Ragnarok can be seen next to Hulk's wardrobe, a reminder of his days fighting on Sakaar. Another item from Hulk's past could be an Easter egg for a certain moment involving Spider-Man and Iron Man. The Led Zeppelin shirt that Jen ends up wearing could be a reference to when Peter Parker mistakenly thinks AC/DC's Back in Black is a Led Zeppelin song in Spider-Man: Far From Home. After Jen accepts her fate and allows Bruce to train her in the ways of the Hulk, audiences get a fantastic Hulk montage. Bruce shows Jen the ropes and is quickly proven that Jen is well advanced, beyond her years. Bruce then brings back a move that has not been seen since 2008's The Incredible Hulk. The thunderclap that defeated Abomination was used to slow down Jen during a dispute. Jen retaliates with a variation of this move that converts the power of one big clap into the disruptive force of many smaller blasts. The She-Hulk credit sequence that is full of fun MCU tidbits is coming off this list. A counterfeit mug that spells out Avengers can be seen, likely teasing a copyright storyline with all of the popularity of the Avengers. On a document Jen Walters is holding is the SHIELD logo, possibly hinting at some old cases being dug up for precedent. And fans can be seen embracing the superhero celebrity by cosplaying as Thor, Iron Man, Captain America, and, of course, Hulk, further grounding the ever-fantastic MCU. This show is just getting started with Easter eggs and cameo opportunities. Stay tuned weekly at The Direct for a full breakdown of Easter eggs in She-Hulk: Attorney at Law.